The name of this activity is Cactus. You can find this under Art at Home on the EL3 page.
Hello everyone! I will be teaching you how to make a cactus today. So if you weren't there for one of our Saturday sessions, this is basically how you do it. So you're going to start off with any drawing app. I'm using Photoshop right now. It's free on iPad. You can copy this on a paper or follow along in a notebook. A pen or pencil will do fine. There's going to be some erasing, so just keep that in mind. Or if you have an iPad, you can follow along with any free drawing app or anything you have there. So I'm going to test out a few of these. So as you can see, we have some lines. Okay, great. So I'm going to have a black line. So I'm going to start off with drawing a C. I'm going to make this a little bit less smooth, but again, just a normal black pen will do perfectly fine. So I'm going to start off by drawing a C towards the bottom of the screen. So this is going to be the top of your pot. And then from there, I'm going to draw 2 lines down, just like that. And like that. And feel free to pause at any moment if you want to follow along in a little bit slower. You can slow down the video or you can just pause it. Then there's going to be 2 more lines after you drew another C. This was your other C. As you can see, it goes around. Then you're going to connect these with a 3rd C, which is just another smooth line. So as you can see, this is basically the starting of a pot. And from here, you can go ahead and add detail. I'm just going to make this a little bit smaller, and I'm going to draw some lines. If you have a pot at home that you like and has some detail, you can even draw that on there. Like if you have hearts or something on your pot, then just draw that. And then I'm going to draw some at the top. So this is quite a simple cactus. You can draw faces, you can avoid drawing faces, you can do whatever you want with this cactus. So after here, I'm going to put it back to that size. And then I'm going to draw the shape of the cactus, which is kind of random. You can make them have 2 arms, you can make them have 1 arm, it can just be a straight up cactus, there can be a few different types of things. So I'm going to start off with, in the middle of the pot, I'm going to draw some dirt, right? And you've seen pots, they have like dirt and stuff inside of them. And then from this middle line here, I'm going to go up to the side, I'm going to go up a little bit, back down, back to the middle, I'm going to go really tall, then up a little bit. And again, it's really up to you how you want to draw your cactus, so it doesn't have to be this shape. This is just a guideline in case you guys want to follow along like this. Then from here, I'm going to make this a little bit smaller, or keep it the same for now. Let's see. 3, I'm going to make it like 7 or something. And I'm going to draw some flowers before really getting into the detail. So to draw flowers, I like to erase a little spot. Just so that I know where the flower is going, and you don't want like any lines or anything on the flowers, so I'm gonna erase like, whoops. I'm gonna create another one. Ooh, make sure this layer is white though, so that when you do it, if you have a normal piece of paper, this is definitely not gonna be a problem for you. I'm just gonna make this entire thing white, and then I'm gonna switch these around. This is just for technical things, because Photoshop is kind of different. Okay, so I'm going to go back to the brush. I'm going to make this a little smaller. So back to like 8. Sure. Okay. I'm going to get the eraser out again. Go to my normal layer. Just going to erase some spots where I want there to be some flowers. Right here's fine. Right here's another good spot. I'm going to do a few over here. Okay, back to this. So how I do my flowers is I start with a circle. I'm going to make this a little smaller though. So I start with a circle, and then from the circle I draw some leaves. Or not leaves, but like petals. They can be kind of any thickness you want. And any shape you want. You can make like spiky flowers. You can make really round flowers. I'm just doing some basic flowers right now. Nothing too special. Do some more flowers. You can like fast forward, or you can draw these flowers along as you want. Just like that. So now we have 2 flowers here, and I'm going to do 2 more at the top. Should be a little smaller. Let's see, 5. I'm going to make it like 3. The smoothing on my pen is on, so it's a little hard to draw. Just like that. And again, you don't have to add flowers. You can add flowers if you want to. You can add other cactus arms, if that's what they're called. I just like the look of flowers because if you want afterward, you can color them in, which is always fun. Just like that. Ta-da! And then I'm going to finish off by doing these 2 flowers up here, and I might make these like a little bit higher up because it is the top of the plant, so these might be like facing down. And really it's all about the detail. Even if it's a very simple drawing, if you have a lot of detail, it really adds something to it. Just like that. Make another one. And you can even draw like other plants. If you want to add a palm tree or a palm plant, you can do those. There's tutorials for about everything online. It's really great. You can do different types of cacti, or you can do succulents. There's a bunch of different types of plants you can draw. And if you get really good at making cacti, or cactuses, multiple cacti, you can make a little family of them. You can do like potted plants. You can make some outside, make some indoors. Okay, so now that the flowers are done, they're quite small. But if you're done with your cactus, you can start drawing the lines that kind of connect it. So how I like to do this is I like to start from the middle. So I'm going to make my brush a little bit bigger. So I'm going to make it like an 8 or 7, and then I'm going to just draw down like that. And then from this line, we're going to do a few others. So I like to do central lines. So I'm going to do one there, and then there's going to be like one here. And one here, and then I might do another one on the side like that. And then I'm going to do that with the sides, so the sides go into the middle, and then the sides also have their own little stemming lines here, and then I just like to finish it off like that. And same with the other side, just like that. And then if you want, you can erase around the flower petals, but I just like to go around them. And then just like that. So we have lines that are done. So from here, you can add more flowers, you can do more detail. I'm going to close the pot now. So you put the seat around the back because you're done with it. In case you want to add more flowers or something, you could leave it open. This just really gives it the look of like it's 3D or something. And then from this point on, I'm going to draw a little floor going in the background here. And I might even do like a little table runner, which is kind of like a cloth that they put on tables. And I might give it some detail, so I'm going to do some lines here. And you can color these different things. You can make this like red and white. You can make this purple and green, purple and yellow, whatever colors you want to do. And you can definitely color in your cactus here. Save that for another time though. And then if you want, you can like add a detail. So I'm gonna add like a window here. So I'm gonna do the window frame first, which is just like a rectangle. Just like that. And then we're gonna do like the center of the rectangle, or just like that. I might do some like mountains outside. I don't know, maybe this is a really cool view. This cactus belongs to someone that lives in a mountain, I guess. They indeed live in a mountain. Okay, and I'm going to draw the sun in the sky. Boop, boop, boop. Then maybe a few of these. And feel free, honestly, to pause anytime to see the instructions, or if you just need some time to like put more detail, if you want to put more birds or anything. After you're kind of satisfied with the background, you can go ahead and draw in the spikes. This might take a while, so I think this is going to be like the end of the video, but you can even draw some faces in. I'm going to take this down to like a size 3. Again, this is Photoshop, but like a pen would be perfectly fine. So I'm going to draw some like spikes. Sometimes I would draw them like this. Like these kind of look like shark fins or rose thorns, kind of like that. But there's a bunch of different types of cacti. And I'm going to go ahead and make them kind of more thick and like less spiky. So kind of something like that, because that'll speed up the process and it'll also look very uniform with the rest of the drawing. So from here, I'm just going to draw some spikes. Boom, boom, boom. And then basically you do this throughout the entire plant on all of the lines, except the center line. So there's that center line, and then from here, you're going to go onto the outside of those. Just a bunch of little spikes, and these will go all the way up the entire cactus. So I'll do a few of these lines, and then you can see what I'm talking about. So that's like one side of it, and then you can do it like on the other side, so like this. And then you would just continue going out without drawing lines everywhere like I'm doing. And then you'd follow along whatever lines there are. And you'd also follow along on the outside of the cactus. Feel free to like switch up the size of the thorns too. If you want to make these a little bit smaller, you can use another pen or pencil, or if you're on an iPad, you can use a different thickness. Just like this. And then obviously going up the side of the plant. Oops. Like that, and you would do that throughout the entire cactus, and you get a spiky looking cactus. It would look quite nice. It's like a cartoon cactus, and if you want, I'll show you how to erase one of them and make a face, because that's always very cute. So let's say I want to turn one of these cactus heads into an actual face. So we're going to pretend that I definitely did finish all of these, so go ahead and pause if you want to finish the spikes. And then from here, I'm going to make this a little bit smaller. So like an 8 is going to become 5. I'm going to erase the middle of this, just like that. And then I'm going to create a very nice little smiley face. So I'm going to take my pen, and I'm going to do some really large eyes right here. And then I'm going to do a smile. And then with the eraser tool, I'm going to erase some of the eyes. It'll make it look really adorable. Just like that. And then I'm going to paint in some rosy cheeks. Oops. It's like a nice pink. Just like that, and then you have a face. And you can do that to the other sides, you can do that to the sun, you can do that to the clouds if you have clouds, or to the mountains. You can do that with whatever you want. So I'm going to switch this back. I'm going to go ahead and finish this, and you can finish yours. If you guys are following along, if you guys have any questions, you guys can feel free to ask them or suggest them when submitting your projects. Feel free to color this if you have colored pencils, or if you're on an iPad, you can fill this in with colors. Let's say I wanted to make the sky like blue or something. Go over the blue, get a nice shade, and then I can just fill this, fill that. Very pretty color. Play around with the colors, play around with the cactus. You can do this more than once, do this a few times. Really figure out what works best for you. Thank you guys for watching.